Hey everyone, I'm here with my 2008 Acura TL and I just want to go over an additional 8 hidden features that this car has, and they include both interior and exterior features. The first feature that I want to go over involves the emergency brake system and the daytime running lights. So what I'm going to show here is that with the emergency brake on, when you start up the car, your daytime running lights will not actually activate. So I'm going to turn on the car here. And when I get out, you'll notice that the daytime running lights are not on. So coming around to the front of the vehicle, we see that the daytime running lights are not on at all. And that's only if the car is off with the emergency brake on prior to starting the car or putting it in the on position. So once I get back in the car here, I'll show you that as soon as I release the parking brake. So I'm going to put my foot on the brake, release the parking brake, it's all the way down. Now when I get out of the car, once again the headlight switch must be in the, I'm trying to show you guys, must be in the off position in order for this to work. So when we step around to the front of the car, we now see that the daytime running lights are now on, and they will remain that way until the car is turned off and the emergency brake is reapplied. And then if you were to restart the car once the car is already off with the emergency brake on, then the daytime running lights will remain off. The next several features that I want to show involve the interior of the vehicle. So let's step inside. Alright, so let's do the start procedure, which is the next hidden feature. So basically what I showed before and what a lot of people noted in my comment section on my previous video was that on the 07 and 08 Acura TLs, in order to start the car, you don't actually have to hold the ignition or hold the key in order to start the vehicle. So putting the key into the ignition, all we have to do, I'm just going to put it in the on position right now, but if you want to start the engine, all you're going to have to do is just flick the key on the 07 and 08 models. You don't even have to hold it. And it just starts up. Just like that. So that's how you would start up the car, and that is one of the other cool hidden features on this 2008 Acura TL. The next hidden feature that I want to go over in this car involves the sunroof. Now, it's a very dismal looking day outside. It's kind of rainy, it's really cold out. But regardless, it's just a little bit of drizzle, so I'm going to open up the sunroof just a little bit here. And with, I'm just going to open up just a little bit. So it's open that much, so assume that the sunroof is in the open position. Now if you want to vent the sunroof instead of having it open or slid open, all you have to do with this one-touch system is just press straight up, and as soon as I press it once, it basically closed the sunroof, and then it opened it all the way up for the vent position without me having to hold down the switch. Now to close the vent position, you don't have to hold the button forward. All you have to do is push it so you hear the second detent, and all I did was press it once, and the sunroof is now all the way closed. Now if you want to open it all the way, all you have to do is press it just once all the way back, and it will open all the way up. Now to close it, just press it once again. Just press it once, and it will close all the way. So it's a one-touch sunroof in every respect. The next hidden feature that I'd like to go over involves the windshield wiper controls. So if you want to do one, let's say swish of the windshield wipers, or one motion of the windshield wipers across the windscreen of the vehicle, and it's just a little bit of water on the windshield that you want to get off quick, all you have to do is basically just press upwards on the stalk just once, and the windshield wipers will just flick and go by once. Now if you want to hold, if you want to have the windshield wipers go like continuously, or until you want the windshield wipers to stop as soon as you stop touching the stalk, and let's say you have more than just a little bit of water on the windshield, that requires this motion of the windshield wipers, just press up and hold on the windshield wiper stalk to keep the windshield wipers going on maximum speed until I release the stalk, and then they stop. The next windshield wiper feature that I want to talk about, that's another hidden feature of this car, the 04 to 08 Acura TLs include this, is that if you're in gear, so if the car's in reverse, neutral, drive, or any of the manual modes, or in low gear, the car will do a courtesy wipe if you have the windshield wipers on the intermediate setting. So if you're just one notch down right here, I'm going to keep it on the lowest interval setting so I can demonstrate this this feature. So I have the car in park right now. If I put it in reverse, and let's say I take my foot off the brake, it will automatically do a courtesy wipe. If I put the car into neutral, and I do the same thing, I take my foot off the brake, then it will automatically also do a courtesy wipe. And if I do the same thing in drive or manual mode, in first or second gear, or the low gears, it will all do the same exact thing, where if the car's in drive, so it just finished its interval, so let's double check to make sure it works. So let's take my foot off the brake, and it's like if you're creeping in traffic, every time you take your foot off the brake, it'll basically always do a courtesy wipe. So it's kind of cool, kind of funny, but I think it's really nice that Acura did that. So if you're sitting in traffic for a long period of time and you have the windshield wipers on like an interval setting, it'll do a courtesy wipe as soon as you take your foot off the brake, because if you're moving, you need to see, and the windshield wipers will turn on just for a quick wipe to get away any water that was stayed on the windshield while you're sitting in traffic. So I'm glad that Acura included that as an extra bonus feature of this car. Alright, so the next hidden feature on this Acura TL is better explained from the passenger seat of the vehicle. So you must have the car in the off position, so the engine's not on or anything. Then you're going to turn it to on, and so the engine's still not on, but the ignition's on, the power's on. And what you're going to do is you're going to hold down the CD6 button and CD1 button, and then press the on button for the power. So I'm going to hold down 1 and 6, and then press the power button, then release 1 and 6, and now when I press 1, the ELS light comes on and turns green, and then it turns red if I press 1 again, and then it turns on and it's green again. So I can just cycle between red and green on the ELS surround sound mode. Now on Hondas that have active noise cancellation as well as Acuras, this one button will actually toggle between the active noise cancellation system on or off. So I just thought that was a really cool feature that Acura incorporated into the Acura TL, and just goes to show that there's like self-diagnostic features that even owners can look into. So if you just toggle between the one CD button here, it'll just turn the ELS or the surround sound system on and off, just as like an interesting way. So anyway, I just thought that'd be a really cool feature, and you press the off button to turn off the whole audio system and to exit out of that diagnostic mode for the radio. Alright, so the next hidden feature in this Acura TL, and that this applies to 2004 to 2008 models, is the climate control self-diagnostic system. And this will tell you via code on your non-navigation equipped models if there's actually a climate control error within the vehicle. So what you got to do is have the car completely off, no power or anything. Then you need to turn on the power. So the engine's not on or anything like that, just have it in the on position so you have the battery on, your gauges are on. Now what you're going to do is you're going to hold the off button, and then you're going to hold that, and then within 10 seconds you need to press this recirculation button 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release the off button after you finish doing that, and then this will actually engage the self-diagnostic mode that will run for approximately 1 minute and 30 seconds to 2 minutes. So the air is going to come on very shortly here into a high mode. So right now it's on auto and low with the recirculation mode on, with the fan speed on probably its highest setting, but I'm not exactly sure because it doesn't show that on the display. Basically, when this test is finished, it'll show if there is an error within the car and the climate control system. So as you heard, the system now is completely off, and now that self-diagnostic system's over and I don't see any codes on my display, so I know that my climate control system has no errors or any electronic problems whatsoever. An additional feature on the Acura TL that is somewhat hidden but maybe noticeable every time you put gas in the tank is that there's actually a fuel cap holder system, so you don't actually cause gasoline to run down the side of your vehicle from your gas cap and causing rust issues on your car. So basically, try to get enough light here, but you have your door, you have your gas cap right here, and there's like a little knob that usually sticks out right here. And if you undo the gas cap and you put your gas cap just like that, try to show you guys enough light here, but basically this little knob on your gas cap will, just attach onto your door right there. So that way you can always have, your gas cap not dangling off the side of your vehicle and causing problems. So one of the last features that I want to go over involves the interior illumination of the vehicle. And there's actually two LEDs located right up here, these two blue LEDs. And you can see that my hands light up where I put my hand. So there's one right here and there's another one over here. And that black part on my fingers there is the divide between them, which is represented by this area right here. So you have your one LED right here, you have your another LED right over here, and they both will shine down and cause illumination to glow on the gear shift knob in the center console at night. So you can always see your controls down there as well as your gear shift knob whenever you're driving in the evening hours when you do require more illumination inside your vehicle. Alright, so the last feature that I want to go over involves the climate control system and the input mode for finding out kind of the inputs that go into the whole climate control system and how it works. So this hidden menu is within the climate control system and I need two hands to do it. And so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the car, I'm going to put it into, I'm not going to do anything, it's completely off right now, just the parking lights are on. And what I'm going to do is while holding the auto and recirculation buttons, I'm going to start the engine all the way. So it's actually easier to hold the auto and recirculation buttons with your left hand and to start the car. So press down on auto and recirculation simultaneously and then start the engine. Release the buttons. And so immediately what you can see is that we have this input mode on right now. And so I'm going to look up exactly what they all mean right now. Now by pressing the recirculation button we can rotate between different modes that show what the values are inside the vehicle. So what we can see now is that number 1, which is flashing, it shows 16 degrees Celsius as the in-car temperature. The outside air temperature sensor will be the second value, so hit the recirculation button. It's going to show outside temperature as 13 degrees Celsius. The solar radiation sensor value will be number 3, so we're going to press the recirculation button again. Number 3 shows outside to be 0,1, and right now that means 0,1 means it's going to be just above dark. Dark is 0,0, flashlight is 0,4, cloudy would be a value of 10, sunny would be a value of 65, and so anything around those numbers shows on a scale of like 1 to 10 how dark or how sunny it is, and the car can sense how sunny it is, so that will dictate the how high the fan speed goes and how cool the temperature will be set when the car is in automatic climate control mode. So now we're going to press the recirculation button again, and this will show the engine coolant temperature in degrees Celsius. Right now it's 58 degrees Celsius because the car is just starting, so it's a little cold. Hitting the recirculation button again, we see that the evaporator outlet air temperature is going to be 18 degrees Celsius. Number 6 is the driver's air mix opening, so a low value will indicate cooler air distribution and a higher value will indicate a warmer distribution. And so from that, if we press the button, recirculation button again, we can see that 6 was showing percent of opening 97, so it's going to be a much warmer air distribution. 97% warm air on the driver's side. Pressing the button again, recirculation button, shows that on the passenger side it's 98% opening. So that means that there's basically 98% of the air coming out of the passenger side is warm air. 8, so pressing the recirculation button again, 8 will show the speed of the vehicle in kilometers per hour. And right now we're not moving, so it says 0 kilometers per hour. Pressing the recirculation button one last time gives a value for the vent temperature air out, TAO, in degrees Celsius, and this shows 70 degrees Celsius. So that's another hidden feature that's in the Acura TL, and I just thought I'd share that as another hidden menu that you guys will be able to see. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this overview of 10 additional features, not 8, but 10 additional hidden features that Acura incorporated into the 3rd generation Acura TL. Most of these features are on the 04 to 08 models, but a few of them are just for the 07 and 08 models, and I designated within these features that I listed out which ones apply only to the 07 08s. So if you have any additional questions or comments related to this 3rd generation Acura TL, please put them in the section below. Thank you for watching and have a great day. Bye.